just about ready to go and towing the slab. Number 70. What do we have on him?
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club. And coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
Fernando Tatis Jr., the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. And a foul ball. Now one miss.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Check swing, called strike. Fly ball down the line. Hernandez on the move. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. And that's a leadoff double.
You got to get on your horse and get to that ball and get it back in, because he's going to come barreling around first and put some pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, it's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Luis Ariz stands in. That one outside. Ball one. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one.
Going to really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a fair ball. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Here's Machado. Ball one on a pitch inside. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
Yeah, that's in for a strike. And it's 1-1. Throw on to Freeman. Quick recovery from the misplay. Pays off for the out. Let's take a look at the Padres lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, you know, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
That misses, and that is ball one.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Center field. Pajes sizing this one up. He's got it, and there's two away.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Xander Bogaerts.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. He's going to finish with a new career high in stolen bases, Chris. And that one clips the corner. That pitch gets the inside corner. And the count is 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First two pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
The 0-2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Headed for the plate. The throw in, but it's offline.
Hey, he beat it.
Comes through with the RBI. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Runner at first with 2 away. Now here's Jake Cronenworth. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
0-1.
And that drops in for a strike.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Padres 2, the Dodgers coming to bat. And we're back. And on the mound in this one, Randy Vasquez. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Enrique Hernandez, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1. Here comes a pitch. And a swing and a miss.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Line drive. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Trailing by a couple of runs already, and I'm sure they'd like to erase that deficit quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to let this deficit get into your head and you're trying to just make up the difference with one swing and you really don't have the base runners on. You've got to contribute, keep the line moving, and all of a sudden you have a big inning. Everything shifts and you find yourself in the driver's seat.
Lined into right. Tatis makes the grab. And that will end the inning. Dodgers down in order. They trail things here 2-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second, stepping in for San Diego, Jose Iglesias. Out towards right center field. Hernandez ranging after it. Makes the catch. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting 8th, center fielder, Brandon Lockridge.
And here's the rookie center fielder, Brandon Lockridge. And that's in there for a strike. A little slider that finds the mark. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson to some boog, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
And that one is lifted in the air. Makes the catch for the out. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
Hernandez settles underneath it. Drops into the glove. And that is that. Nothing doing here this half. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Padres 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine. Bottom half of inning number 2. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Vasquez back to work. Strike one.
0-1.
And a big swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
That missed by a lot. Going to count 1-2. Struck him out swinging. Had him out front for strike 3.
Oh, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location. But clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. Foul ball there. One out, bases empty. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Outside low, and that's ball 1. There's a swing and a miss.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Back here at Dodger Stadium, in steps El Nino, Fernando Tatis Jr. Out to short, Betts. Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. Luis Arias, the next to hit. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. And that one fouled off. Arias measures 5 feet 10 inches, 27 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Fouled off left side. One down, base is empty. Fights it off, he'll see another. 0-2 now. Good job to fight that one off. Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there are 2 down.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Machado in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Next pitch misses outside, and the count even 1-1. In the air, right side of the infield. Freeman under it, and that's the 3rd out. Offense held it back here in L.A. And now the center fielder, Andy Pajes. Pitches in for a strike, and it's 0-1.
You know, these Dodgers, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time. And that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boog.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Tatis really on his horse for it. And that's a fair ball. Michael Conforto will climb in. Ball 1, no strikes. Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. Throw to